Hi there. Let's have a look at the political instability and invasion of the Ruhr as part of the Weimar Republic topic. I'll start off with chancellors in early Weimar Germany. There were 11 German chancellors in 6 years, which indicates how much political instability there was in Germany. The chancellors were brought down by a number of issues. These included issues concerning Versailles, collapsing coalitions, political violence, and votes of no confidence. Ebert and Scheidemann. Ebert was in office from November 1918 to February 1919. He then resigned to become president. Scheidemann was in office from February 1919 to June 1919. He resigned because he refused to agree to the Versailles Treaty. Bauer and Müller. Bauer was in office from June 1919 to March 1920. He resigned after the cap push. Müller was in office from March 1920 to June 1920. He was replaced after the June elections. Embarq was in office from June 1920 to May 1921. His coalition collapsed over reparations. Wirth was in office from May 1921 to November 1922. He resigned over Upper Silesia being given to Poland. Kuno was in office from November 1922 to August 1923. The SPD, the Social Democratic Party, took a vote of no confidence. And Stresemann was in office from August 1923 to November 1923. And again, the SPD took a vote of no confidence. Marx was in office from November 1923 to January 1925. Two of his coalitions collapsed, and then he becomes president of Prussia. Hans Luther was in office from January 1925 to May 1926. That is a lot of chancellors. Let's quickly recap all of those. Fehrenbach was in office from June 1920 to May 1921. His coalition collapsed over what? Collapsed over reparations. Wirth was in office from May 1921 to November 1922. What did he resign over? This is from Upper Silesia being given to Poland. What was the political impact of the Ruhr invasion? It exposed the vulnerability of the Weimar government. In 1923 there was political unrest. There were waves of strikes across Germany. The KPD and the Comintern planned an uprising in Saxony, which had a joint SPD-KPD government. On the 20th of October, German troops overthrew the government of Saxony. On the 23rd of October, a brief right-wing uprising in Hamburg was violently suppressed. On the 8th and 9th of November, there was a Munich push led by Hitler and Ludendorff. Chancellors. In August 1923, there was a motion of no confidence in Kuno's handling of the crisis. The president asked Gustav Stresemann to form a government. If Stresemann ended passive resistance in the Ruhr that September, there was the Christian push just outside Berlin. So when did Kuno fall from being chancellor? This was in 1923 in August. There was a motion of no confidence in his handling of the crisis. Who asked Stresemann to become chancellor? Was it the president, the people, the Reichstag, or the former chancellor? Correct answer is it was the president. What happened over the chancellorships of Marx and Hans Luther? Marx comes into office, then his first coalition collapses, then his second coalition collapses, then Marx becomes minister president of Prussia. After this, Hans Luther comes into office, and then he resigns. What were the locations of various political uprisings in 1923? There was a right-wing uprising on the 23rd of October. This took place in Hamburg. The KPD and Comintern's uprising took place in Saxony. And the push led by Hitler and Ludendorff took place in Munich. What were the different issues affecting chancellors between 1919 and 1924? These were issues concerning Versailles, collapsing coalitions, political violence, and votes of no confidence.